What's good, everyone? Aggie Coach here.
Man, it's the USC coach here as well, man.
Coach Pope. All right, man. So, I want to welcome you guys to the final video for the running back recruiting, and we are here with our prospect Kenyon Coleman from Oregon, right? And you guys had an opportunity to see Kenyon in the Fat 8 Scout Combine, and Kenyon had such a hard time.
Man, he had it rough.
He had it rough in the Combine, and as you guys know, every athlete has to earn 12 points in order to receive a scholarship. And unfortunately, Kenyon came out, on the lower end, only with 9 points. And he's the only running back left in the Scout Combine who has not received a scholarship from any of the participating 12 schools that was participating in the running back Scout Combine. Right? Scouts from 12 schools came, and he had a rough time. But Coach Pope, right? So let's get into this analysis, because right now he has earned a campus visitation to Boise State.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you said, Aggie Coach, Kenyon coming out of Oregon, he was rated as a 4-star recruit. That's a pretty good athlete, and he had his eyes set on Alabama, Notre Dame, Boise State, and his performance just wasn't up to par. So he only scored those 9 points. But there is some highlights about the kid, though.
Okay.
He had some good speed. He ran a 1.37. It was about a 4.5 40. And he showed excellent in blocking. The man scored 3 points in it. He had 2 devastating blocks. So even though he didn't perform well in the shoot, which is the main schools, that was one of their main criteria for him, he didn't do well.
All 3 schools was looking at that.
Yeah, but the kid, he showed that he has some versatility. He has his niche, and I say his niche should probably be in blocking. I think that's the reason why Boise State sent him the invite, because I think he would fit a good role as a fullback.
Absolutely. And Boise State is an I formation team here in the Fat 8.
Absolutely.
And that also plays to his strengths. If we look at the other schools that Kenyon identified, it's very difficult for him to fit into that system. Notre Dame running the one back, sometime pro form. He doesn't fit into that kind of system. That's not going to work for him.
Yeah, he wasn't going to work too well with Navy either. Navy does primarily wishbone.
It's
just not going to fit with him.
Option. Right. That wasn't going to work either.
He didn't have the skills that they were looking for.
Right. So the good thing is he had Boise State on his list.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? As his number 3 school, right?
It was his number 3 school.
So Boise State was his number 3 pick. He couldn't get his number 1 and number 2 pick.
Right.
Luckily for him, the 9 points was just enough to get him a campus visit to Boise State, for him to have this opportunity now to earn himself a scholarship.
Right.
And what I like about what Boise State is doing here, they're putting him in a position where he can shine at the fullback position.
I think he even though he didn't do well on those other skills, again, because of the way he blocked, and I mean, when you re-look at the tape again and you watch how he blocked, he put some people on their behind.
Absolutely.
And I think that impressed Boise State, and that's what we're going to see today. I have my hands. I'm hoping that the kid does well. I'm hoping he can rebound and go ahead and earn this scholarship.
Absolutely. So here we are at the campus visit. We are on the campus of Boise State University, and Kenyon now has an opportunity. He's on the field with the Boise State offense right now. Boise State has their scout defense on the field. So we can get an opportunity to see him in the Boise State offensive scheme, and let's see how he does.
Coach, before we go into it, I have to always say this. Every time we come down to Boise State, I am awestruck at their field. Can you guys take a look at this beautiful field?
Let's take a look at the Boise State home
is
field.
On full display. This is a beautiful field. Boise State, I applaud you on this blue field. I tell you, it's beautiful.
Well, I appreciate it.
Man, it's beautiful.
All
Gorgeous.
right. So
come on, Coleman. Let's show what you got, kid. Come on.
All right. So it's time for Kenyon Coleman to try and earn this scholarship. So guys, all right. So let me explain to you the way the tryouts are going to work. Right? Kenyon needs to earn 3 points. Now, it sounds like it ain't a lot, but it is a lot, right?
Wow. 3 points.
Because he's got to earn 3 points. But this is what's going to happen. He's going to run Boise State's offense. The same offense that they use in the Fat 8 during the regular season. He's got to fit into this offense. The first series, 4 plays, him as the lead blocker.
He needs to show that same tenacity that he showed at the scouting combine. He need to put somebody on their rear end and show the coaches that it was worth giving this invite to. Point blank, period. He needs to put somebody on their rear end. Come on, Coleman, let's do this.
All right. So then, after he illustrates his blocking ability, best 3 out of 4?
I would say yes. And
Best 3 out of 4?
I say, you know what? I'm thinking that if the coaches like what they see, I think they will extend it out and need another play for this kid.
All right.
Just to prove it. Because I think, honestly, you know, Boise State, they're close to a championship level team.
Mm-hmm.
They have a devastating offense. They have a nasty front 4. They have a suspect secondary. But, you know, this is a team on the rise. And this kid here, if he can prove something, you know, he may bring that running game to another level.
And I'm hoping that that's what's going to happen. So, basically, we're going to run it down this way. He's going to run 4 plays as a lead blocker. Best 3 out of 4. He knocked those down. He get his +1.
What?
Then, he's going to run the ball. Best 3 out of 4.
Okay.
Right? He get his 2nd point. Then he's got to be able to catch the swing passes.
Wow.
And get some yards.
You know the kind of skill level you got to have. I know it sounds easy for all you football fans who really understand. Catching the passes out of the backfield sounds easy, but it's not. Because you have to have good eye-hand coordination. You have to have excellent feet and balance. And you have to be willing to turn your back to the defense who is out to really lay you out. So he has riding on this. Come on, kid, you can do this.
All right, guys. So we getting ready to get it started. We're going to kick it off here. We are going to start with Kenyon as the lead blocker. Right? So grab the stick for me, Coach.
All right.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and get it started. The first thing that we are going to do is we're going to run a straight dive into the 4 holes. Straight ahead.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
All right. So 1 bump. All right. So now, here we go. All right. So Kenyon is the lead blocker going through here. We got Dion Forbes getting the ball. All right. Here we go. Kenyon makes a great block. Ken Forbes bounced that thing out.
Whoa.
Right. The defense stops him, a good gain of about 6 yards. All right, guys. So, wow. On that last play, not bad. Great block. He held that block.
Man, he blocked like his football life depended on it.
5-yard gain.
It was nice.
He looked good in his offense so far.
I mean, he still got some more he got to do, but that first one, that was definitely a good start.
Absolutely. All right, so this time the Broncos come out, twins to the left, okay? This time he's running the same thing, a dive play. This time is going to the 3-hole, going to the left. All right, here we go.
Wow.
Big run, beautiful block,
Wow.
Incredible.
He stunned him.
Wow, awesome job.
Good block.
Great block. And he is still with the defender over here. What an incredible block to spring him for a big run. Coleman, wow.
Well, you want to play, don't you?
I think we just found this team.
He want to play some
Wow, what a block that was.
Now, I will tell you like this, Aggie Coach. You know there are times you're going to see athletes who get shunned by scouts, and they get like naysayers. They said, you know, you don't fit this mold, so on and so forth. You know what happens to them athletes? A lot of times they get what you call a chip on their shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
And when they get that chip, sometimes they're going to let it out. And at this point,
he let that out. Absolutely. He let that out. Wow. Incredible. What an incredible block and a huge game for Coleman. All he needs is one more big block like that, and he's got his point already.
I tell you what, if he lays something on his back, they should go ahead and get him 2.
Wow.
Man, that was great.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Good job. So, that last block, huge run, 20-yard gain.
Man.
He stuck that defensive tackle. He stuck him and spun him around.
He put his face mask in his chest and said, "You going nowhere."
Now,
going nowhere.
in the Fat 8, Season 2, Boise State came into this thing as a pretty much a 90% running team, 90% rushing team. If you go back and look at the game where they played against UCA, the Fat 8 national champions, they put UCA on their backside the whole first half. Over 100 yards rushing against them in the first half.
Over 100 yards rushing?
Over 100 yards rushing.
Wait a minute.
They ran up and down the field on UCA.
Wow. Boise's normally known for throwing, and for them to come out there and want to do smash mouth football, I'm the USC coach, letting you know now. Coach Pope here. I'm telling you, I love smash mouth football. And for them to see Boise State come out here and say, we're going to take it to you, that's mano on mano.
They doing
Man,
it.
I'm telling you, I love it. I love it.
They doing it. All right, guys, so on this next play, we got to see how versatile Coleman is on this next play. Running a sweep. Okay?
You know what? He has good speed now. We got to remember that.
Really good speed.
We got to remember that. He was a halfback first.
Yep.
So let's keep that in mind.
Running a sweep this time, going to the left side of the field. So let's see how it goes, right? So we're going to make a quick bump. All right. All going to the left side of the field. Wow, he picked up that block.
Hey, I tell you what, the running back went nowhere.
The running back was supposed to turn that thing
That's
inside.
the running back. That was his fault. Because Coleman sit up there, he sealed off that edge, and that running back was supposed to cut back in that open lane that he had between that tackle and guard, and he should be at least looking at a +5 or more yards.
Yeah.
That's that halfback fault.
That was the
We'll
halfback's
just make
fault.
sure all you football fans out there, and maybe some who not real knowledgeable, that was a halfback fault. That was not Coleman's. Coleman did his job, and he did that very, very well. I am amazed. I am absolutely amazed.
So, Coach Pope, +1 for Coleman.
Man, I wish we can get his kid too right now.
+1 for Coleman.
Because he did really, really good.
He did really well. Now let's see how he runs the ball.
Come on,
All
kid.
right, guys,
He
in
needs
the
2 more
tryouts.
points.
Moving on to phase 2. Let's see how Coleman handles the ball. All right, so this time Kenyon Coleman is going to be getting the ball. We are going to be doing a 24 slant, the ball going to the 4 hole on the right side of the field. So we're going to do a really quick bump. There we go. All right, so the quarterback makes the handoff here. Great handoff. And now Kenyon has to break and get some positive. All right, so looks like he's got a really good lane. Kenyon. See how he does. Wow. And look at this huge block right here. This offensive guard right here got a huge block. All right, Kenyon looking like he's got a really good run. Can he bust this thing open? Great run, and he gets out of bounds. Huge run. Beautiful play.
Man, Coach, I tell you what.
Beautiful play.
I think we may have to explain something about Boise State's offense. Boise State has a very unique offense. You see the 2 wide receivers, but they also use their tight ends and their halfbacks in multifaceted ways. They catch the ball, they run the ball, so they have to have all those skills in place to run Boise's offense. So it's very deceptive in their making. That offense is very unique.
Absolutely. It is a unique offense. They have 2 wide receivers on the field with a tight end. That's a triple threat right there.
Absolutely.
And then you got to deal with the threat coming out the backfield because they like to throw those swing passes. And the fullback and the running back is very much a part of the passing game in this offense.
That's crazy because a lot of offenses, they will just use one halfback to come out of the backfield to catch. But in Boise's case, they use both and the tight end and their wide receivers. You have to sit up there and concentrate and be disciplined on defense to deal with this particular offense.
Absolutely. That is a good job, a good run.
And Coleman showed that he has the skills.
Yeah.
Maybe he just had the butterflies or, whatever the case may be, he just didn't perform there. There's been cases where athletes do that. But he's showing out today.
Absolutely. He's showing out today. He's looking good.
He want to be on his blue field. I'm telling you.
All right, here we go. Run number 2. Great job for Kenyon Coleman. He is showing up.
Keep it up.
And look at the Boise State offense marching down the field.
Wow.
I think the coaches are quite excited with his performance so far. Great job. This time is going to be a sweep going to the left side of the field. We're going to see how he does, Coach. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take the snap here. All right. Oh, he gets to the outside.
Uh-oh.
Is he going to outrun that linebacker? That is the question. Now, this goes back to the scout combine. When we're running the corner drill, you got to beat the linebacker to the corner to turn that corner and get upfield. Now, Coleman finds himself in the same situation.
Now, when he went through the scouting combine, he didn't do well in that drill.
No, he did poorly in that drill. So here he has to outrun this linebacker.
But you know what? That was the drill. This is more of a real situation, real world situation.
Yeah.
Where he has to show that type of skill. Can he perform here?
Can he perform here?
We're gonna find out.
Let's see if he's gonna outrun this linebacker and get up the field. Let's see, can he outrun him? He's got the speed. He beat him to the corner.
He did.
All he needed to do is turn it up. Turn up the field.
Up the field, man. But he did beat him.
He beat him to the
and
corner.
he showed that he can beat him.
He's got good speed.
Man.
He's got good speed.
I'm telling you, Coleman is putting on a show today.
Hey, y'all, check this out. I think Coach Pope is thinking about throwing in the towel and throwing the scholarship over this way. It sounds like some interest.
You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. I'm gonna say this now. As you all know, Coach Pope here was able to pull off a blockbuster by go ahead and signing
John
Reinhardt. You know it,
blue chip.
but I'm telling you, this kid right here, if I kind of saw him blocking like this, and to be honest, quiet as kept, USC needs another fullback. So I'm telling you like this, if Boise slips on him, don't be surprised you see a letter in the mail coming from USC. So I tell you like this, kid, you just keep doing what you do. If Boise don't want you, I'm pretty sure somewhere in California IA may want to send you a letter.
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
Man, he's
doing a good job.
He's looking really good.
All right, so this time we're gonna get a little conservative, right? Because we want to see how he does running the ball straight ahead, right? Behind that offensive line. Let's see how he does. He's already shown us he's got breakaway speed.
He does.
He can beat linebackers to the corner, right?
Yeah, just turn up the ball.
He can beat them to the
Just
corner.
turn
He
the
got to
field.
turn it up, but he can beat them to the corner.
True.
One thing that we're seeing right now, he is a dual threat back. He can block and he can run.
Yes.
We know he can run. We already see that.
I just got one question. You know what I want to do? I wish we could do is do an interview after this. I'm pretty sure the kid gonna do well. I'm asking, what in the happened at the scouting combine? No,
Why
what
didn't you
happened?
show up at the
Why
scout
didn't you?
combine?
What's up? You didn't want to play for nobody else? Is this Boise always been on your mind? What's going on?
I think he definitely found the team that he fits into.
And you know what? That's a good thing.
He fits into
That's
this
a good
team.
thing. It's always good to find a natural fit.
So let's see what happens here. We're going to make a really quick bump, guys. Here we go. All right, there is the snap, and we're going to have him run right behind the center, and let's see how it goes. So right behind the center, here we go. And he got stuffed at the line, but, Coach, positive yards, down to the 20-yard line. Not bad. He got the 2 yards. If it's 4th down and 1, this guy's golden.
Yeah,
His
pretty much.
speed was enough to get the extra 2 yards.
Now, I have to admit, the center cleared a big hole, but there were 2 linebackers waiting to take that. So, you know, if he would have busted that, I'd have been like, wow, that's extraordinary.
Right.
But under the circumstances, he went to the right hole, he followed his block, and he went ahead, he ducked his head in, he held on to the ball. He didn't fumble.
He
Which was a
got
good
the
thing.
hard yards that they need.
Absolutely.
And this is the kind of play that Boise likes to run on 3rd down and 1.
Especially when you're running against them hard-nosed defenses who will smack you. And a good show that not only was he able to stay on his feet, he didn't fumble the ball. Nice run.
So, Coach, I want to do one thing.
What's that?
I want to do one thing. Let's take Deion Forbes, the halfback, out the game.
Okay.
Let's put Kenyon in his place. And let's bring in Boise State's starting fullback. And let's see how Kenyon does when he's the deep setback.
Wow. You know what? That's a very good idea, Coach.
Let's see how that works.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. So the head coach is calling in a change.
Wow.
Saw some stuff he liked.
And you know what? When he came down there, because this is getting ready to move on to the next drill, and that came from the top saying, "Hey, I want to see him as the leading running back." And you were like, "Wait just a minute." Most of the time, after one of these athletes have done these type of drills and they've already been completed, let them move on. But the coach wants to see something specific. He thinks he sees something special out of this kid. I think. What you think,
Yeah,
Coach?
I think so too. I think there is something special there, and let's find out what it is.
Let's
right.
do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and make the snap. All right, let's see how he does. Beautiful block.
Oh,
Looks like he gonna
my
bust
God.
this into the open.
Oh my!
Out of bounds, forced out of bounds. What a beautiful block.
That was a beautiful block. That was a beautiful block by the offensive line. They sealed that well. The fullback stepped in as he was supposed to. And I'm telling you, Coleman is continuing to check every single box. Every single one of them.
Absolutely.
He's putting check marks. Man, I'm telling
Absolutely.
you know what was this showing, Coach? When he was first rated out as a 4-star coming out of high school, before he was getting ready to look and to see where he was going to continue his football career at. And you see that stumbling block that he had.
Yeah.
He had some things to deal with. Adversity he had to deal with. And he showed out that he can step up. He put it behind him. And he is showing that he was worth that 4-star rating that he had in high school.
Absolutely. And then you go into the combine, you perform poorly, you lose your 4-star rating,
Man, that
drop
had to be
you down to
devastating.
a 3-star rating.
Right.
I'm sure it hurt. Now he's had an opportunity. He's earning his points, and he's got one exercise left.
Man, that chip on his shoulder must be now bolder. Because I'm
Wow.
telling you, because he's like, you know what? He's going to remember every team that said no to him and told him he was not good enough to be on their football team. If he makes it here, Boise State, watch during the season.
I think he's going to do well. I think
Oh,
he's gonna
I'm
do well.
thinking, and I already said it like this now. I already know he's going to be playing against USC. So he's going to try to perform. We're going to do our best to
Yeah,
shut
you
this
got
down.
them in
but
week
man,
2.
we got to deal
You got
with
him in
this
week 2
kid.
here in Bronco Stadium.
I know, huh?
Here in Bronco Stadium.
Can I give him the scholarship now? So he ain't got to go through the rest. I mean, hey,
It's going to
you
be
know what?
interesting
It's
because
gonna
you
be
might
good.
have to deal with him.
I know. Along with the rest of this great team that we see right now.
Absolutely. Guys, here we go. So on to the very last drill at the end of his day. What a wonderful day he's having. The coaches are really excited, and he has been showing off. So we are on to the passing part now. Let's see how he does. All right. So Coleman going out for the swing pass. All right. Wow, out in the flat. This is very nice. Okay, so let's see how he does here. Right, here we go. See if he can make this catch. Got it.
What?
Great catch. Just what the doctor ordered. All right, great catch by Coleman, showing he can catch the ball. Let's see how he does. Can he get down to the end zone? 6. Coleman is in the end zone. Great play. Wow, Coach. He is showing that he can do it all.
You hear me get quiet, right?
He can do it all.
This kid, Mr. Coleman, giving you the title, Mr. He is showing out. I'm telling you. He is showing that he is a true triple threat.
Yep.
Boise need to go ahead and sign this boy.
Yeah,
I'm telling you
absolutely.
now.
Absolutely.
They need to go ahead and sign him because he has shown it in all 3 areas. He has really performed great today.
Well, guys, we're going to take a
Absolutely
brief intermission as the coaches deliberate. All right, guys, we are at the end of Kenyon Coleman's campus visit with the Boise State Broncos. He earned his 3 points, and without a shadow of a doubt, the scholarship offer is made, and Kenyon receives the scholarship and has committed to Boise State. Congratulations, Kenyon.
Congratulations, dude.
Any extra thing you want to put in, Coach, before we move on?
I can say it like this. I want to take my hat off to the Boise State staff for when they sit up there and had this kid do another drill when he had already clearly had a point
when he was doing the running back part. I was like, wow, that's interesting. But they showed great class by going ahead and ending the drills early, showing that this kid had all the skills that they needed. They didn't need to see anymore. They went ahead and deliberated. They made a quick decision, and they went ahead and pulled the trigger and gave this kid a scholarship. He did a great job.
Absolutely, absolutely. What an unbelievable comeback from his horrible showing at the Scout Combine. And now here he is on the campus of Boise State, a Boise State Bronco.
Absolutely, man. Congratulations there, Kenyard. I hope this is a good thing for you. I hope you put your best foot forward. And, you know, your career is on its right path, and just continue to step forward in it.
All right, guys, so you heard it from us here, Fat 8 headquarters. Boise State picks up the last running back recruit, Kenyard Coleman.
They picked up a good one.
On an incredible tryout run here
Wow.
today on the campus of Boise State.
Man.
All right, guys, so we're going to sign out from here. Look forward to the next one. We shifting gears. We jumping over the defense on this one. Jumping to the secondary. We're looking at the next combine around the corner.
Wow.
Cornerbacks.
Yes, I will
Cornerbacks.
be looking. I need a couple of them. I will be looking.
All right, guys. Signing out. Peace.
Peace.